Good morning. I'm Cindy McDowell of the Dash for Dad Committee, and I want to welcome you to our closing ceremonies this morning for our 2020 virtual Dash for Dad event. We thank you for joining us as we celebrate your success of the last week. Last week on the opening ceremonies, we were hosted brilliantly by Stax, Loop, and Megan from Jack FM. This morning, it will be members of the Dash for Dad Committee that will lead you through our closing ceremonies as part of our way of saying thank you for your participation in our event. We have lots of things going on in the next half hour, so grab a coffee, and right now we will just go backwards in time.
In past years, Dash for Dad has looked like this. Hundreds of people gathered together in one place at one time, spending time together, sharing Father's Day, running on one path, and supporting a great cause. This year, Dash for Dad looked very different. We couldn't be together. We had to social distance, we had to self-isolate, and we had to stay safe. We ran alone, and we were in different places. We still had the same mission, to raise funds and awareness for prostate cancer research. The men and women of the Dash for Dad Committee, along with all of our participants, sponsors, and donors, changed these unprecedented times into an opportunity to continue our mission in a new and unique way. And we did it together.
The world was a different place a year ago, but we've persevered and continued on. And now I'd like to turn it over to Daryl and Carl for the next section of this morning's closing ceremonies. Morning, gentlemen.
Morning, Cindy. How are you? Excellent. All right. So Carl and I are going to talk a bit about the sponsors and give them a shout out. We're also going to introduce a quick video about those participants from this year. But I wanted to talk a bit about my experience on the Dash for Dad Committee first. Now for 2 years, so I've been able to experience both a live event, physical in person, as well as this virtual event this year. And there are certainly some differences involved in that. One thing that I noticed last year was just the energy that you receive when you have a crowd of people around and there's excitement and everyone is celebrating victories when it comes to the challenge and the fight with prostate cancer. This year was a little bit different, of course, because it was a bit more solo in a sense. But it gave me an opportunity to reflect a bit more when I was out on my run about my father's battle with prostate cancer and my brother's battle as well. So it was nice to have that opportunity this year as well. I still look forward, though, to a physical event, and hopefully that'll happen next year. I want to thank everyone on the committee as well as everyone who participated in this year's event. To Carl now for the sponsor.
Thanks, Daryl. Thanks for sharing that. You heard from me last week regarding my experience with prostate cancer, so I'm not going to repeat that. But I want to take the opportunity now to really thank our sponsors. Without their participation in the previous years and this year's, these types of events would not be successful. So there's a few of them here. So of note, I want to start with Jack 102.3. As Cindy mentioned, they hosted the event last week and did a bang-up job. Also, the people from Unifor Local 27, CIBC Wood Gundy, the Burnett Ogansky Dale Financial Group, Holland Cleaning Services, NCA, Best Buy, Unifor Local 88, Canada Sews. They made these masks for us that everybody should have received prior to the run, hopefully. And Music Central, who in the past have provided a DJ and a photo booth at the Wonderland Gardens. This year they created a Spotify music playlist for Dash for Dad. So a big hand of applause for them. I can't hear you, but thank you very much for all those sponsors. At this point, I'd like to introduce another short events, and thank you for all of those that have sent in pictures as they were doing their walk, run, cycle. So stand by here for a few moments and view this year's video. Thank you.
Good evening. Canada now has its second confirmed case of coronavirus.
I've declared a state of emergency in the province of Ontario.
After weeks of growing pressure and with cases rising rapidly,
the number of cases of coronavirus continues to rise in this country.
We will continue to do everything necessary to keep Canadians safe.
Hi. This year we had 257 participants, and it's hard to tell that from the solidary pictures of our runners, but thank you for sending those in to us to acknowledge that you did do the run and to show some really good scenery in the background as you were running in different places. Every year, our silent auction has been a highlight of the live event, and we this year, so we went to an online format. In a minute, Brian will showcase our auction items for you, and I know that there are still some items that have not been claimed. So if there's anything you see that you still want, you may be able to buy it outright at the end of this closing ceremonies. So I'll turn it over to Brian, and he will show you what was up for sale.
Good morning, my name is Brian Lee. I've been looking after the online auction. I'd like to personally thank all of our donors for all the fine products that we had for sale. First, I'd like to mention the print called Movement in Colors, which was donated by Tim Wilson. I donated the print called Enter If You Dare. The print called Misty Harbor was donated by Michael Yates. We have a 12 by 12 oil on canvas painting called Summer Solstice, which was donated by Susan Hewitt Graham. We also have 4 water park passes for East Park, as well as 2 golf passes for East Park. Additionally, there's a painting, 2 paintings actually, by Joe Chin, Dr. Joe Chin, which is one called Lone Sail, and the other is Lake Huron Sunset. Additionally, we have a painting by Dr. Stephen Potler, which is called Winter Birches. We also have 4 hours of on-site residential services, which was donated by Carl Kelly, one of our committee members. We also have some golf passes from Stonehaven Golf Course. We had 2 of these Canada flag, the wooden Canada flag, 22 by 44 inches, which were donated by another committee member called John Oliveira. And we also have a reclaimed walnut serving tray, which was donated by Jeff Turnbull. There's an 11 by 14 silk painting called Poppies, which was donated by Sally Pepper Taylor, the artist. We also have a Ducks Unlimited print, which is a 22 by 44 inch frame print called Spirits of the Sky by Terry Isaac. We also have donated by Cindy McDowell 3 items. We have a painting called The Flower Shop, and we also have a painting called Rainbow Angels. And Cindy also donated this 11-inch high gray canister pottery. Also, we have a Nintendo Switch Lite with 2 games, which was generously donated by Best Buy North London. So those are the items that we have this year. Some of these items may still be available on the website. Please go and check it out under Dash for Dad, and then click on the left. You'll see the auction button on the sidebar. Some items may still be available at a cash price. In other words, there's no more bidding. It's just buy it at this special price. I want to thank everybody for their support this year, and see you next year. Thank you.
Okay, you saw that we had a lot of great things up for auction. And good morning, John. I hear you have the list of the people who have bid our auction items.
Good morning. Thank you, Sandy. Yes, I do. And before I announce the winners, I just like to thank all the donors that donated their items for the silent auction, and everyone who bid on the items. And now I will announce the winners. So let's start with first item. The item Enter If You Dare picture. It was Steve Potler. The second one is Mystery Harbor, was Jim Gerster. East Park Golf Passes, Stephanie Hilton. Lone Sail, Eugene Wong. Lake Huron Sunset, Jim Gerster. Winter Birches, Rodridge Clark. Residential Service, Carol Gerster. Stonehaven Golf, Cindy Rex. Wood Serving Tray, Heather Wright. Great Container, Canister, sorry, Ruth Mills. Millen. Nintendo Switch, Mary Patterson. Wood Flag #1, Jim Patterson. Jan Patterson. Wood Flag #2, Janet Rice Garson. And that's all the winners. So thank you everyone again. And now I will pass it on to Carol.
Sorry, technical difficulty there, John. I didn't push the button.
No
Good
problem.
morning. How are you?
Good, you?
Good, thanks.
Good, thanks.
I get I'm going to take it from John, and congratulations to all of the silent auction winners. I think my family's name came up a couple times on there, so we're going to have some artwork hanging in our house. I get the job today of announcing some top fundraisers, the total money raised for this year, and I also get to do a draw for a pair of shoes. So let's start with the top fundraisers. Years I would have had you come across our stage and accept the accolades for your success with Dr. Chin shaking your hand. This year, unfortunately, we have to do it a little differently. So if I call your name out as a top fundraiser, please give yourself a pat on the back. Maybe if there's somebody near you, you can get a high five and applaud yourself for your great efforts. So top fundraisers. First of all, we have Joan Wordingham. You remember Joan from last weekend. She's our 101-year-old participant at Oxford Garden Nursing Home. She did her walk and was able to raise $2,216, which is absolutely fantastic. Number 2 on our top fundraisers was Bill Spackman. He raised $1,410. Glenn Hall was our 3rd top fundraiser, and he raised $1,285. I want to make a special mention to Alex Ryan. He is our 6-year-old fundraiser, the Dynamo little guy, and he raised $660. The last one I want to mention, as you can tell from the Dash for Dad site, Dr. Joe Chin raised over $10,000 this year. He's the mastermind behind the Dash for Dad, Do It for Dad run that started 22 years ago. As I said, he raised over $10,000 this year, and that is definitely a testament to the loyalty of his colleagues and his grateful patients. We want to thank him for his continued support of our event, his support of prostate cancer research. So give everybody a hand for all of that wonderful fundraising for individuals. I'm going to do the top teams now, if you bear with me. I've got a lot of things to cover, so you're going to see my face for a little while yet. Top teams. The first one was Urine Good Company. Captain was Justin Teseo. They had 17 members and they raised $2,490. Number 2 was Wyoming Warriors with Megan McNutt as the captain, and they had 7 members and raised $2,175. Third place was Melville Striders. Captain was Rita Melville. They had 6 members and raised $1,535. Again, thank you to all of our fundraisers. We could not have done this event without you, and we are eternally grateful to your continued support. Now I get to do a draw for some running shoes. Soul Science, Runner's Choice, donated a gift certificate for someone to win some running shoes if you had donations of over $200. So each participant that raised over $200 got their name on a footnote, and it got entered into a shoebox. And Cindy is going to do the draw for me. I've got all the little letters in here so you can see them. Yep, they're all in there. I'm gonna shake them all up. And Cindy's gonna do a draw. Oh, sorry, I blocked the screen. Okay, she's picking one. She's being very helpful. Okay, here we go. And you ripped the note. Oh, Eleanor Latham. She has won a gift certificate to Soul Science for a pair of running shoes. And Eleanor will be in touch with you as to how to get that gift certificate to you, and you can go and get some new walking shoes. All right, now this is the real fun part, the grand total. 6 weeks ago, when we first started to design a virtual run, we set our goal at $25,000. Immediately following our launch on our website, we noticed that that was going to be far too low because you people are so generous. So we upped our goal to $50,000. That was half of our total raised last year at our live event. So $50,000 was what we wanted. Just a minute. Drum roll, please. Thank you. Our grand total this year was $59,826.18. Again, thank you to everyone that sponsored us, sponsored the runners, registered, and donated to your friends and family. That is a phenomenal effort. We do hope that we can be back live next year, but in some form, we're going to, and I think that's just absolutely wonderful. Last thing I have to do is to mention a new fundraising idea that the committee put together. We decided to do a calendar, and the calendar features members of our committee doing things that they enjoy. Some of them have had prostate cancer and are doing things as a hobby after their treatment and successful battling of the disease. So we're just going to give you a little sneak preview of the calendar. We've entitled the calendar Live and Love Life, and Cindy's going to be back after the short message to tell you how you can get one. Okay, here we go.
We expect that this calendar will be as popular as the firefighter calendars of years past. So we want to make sure that you get a chance to have one. If you've raised over $100, you will get a free calendar as a gift from us. However, if you did not do that, you can purchase one through the Dash for Dad website. And right now, if you go onto our website, there is a shop button and you can pre-order the calendar for $10. Also, the calendars will be available for sale at some point in the urology clinic. We anticipate our calendars will be ready by the end of the summer. So you shall receive your free one in the mail if you qualified. Otherwise, put in those orders and make sure you get this once in a lifetime calendar. It's a limited edition. And as I said, the firefighters are going to be jealous when they see our calendar. Now I would like to turn it over to Pat in order to work toward the closing of our live stream. Hi, Pat.
Hi, Cindy. Thank you. And I hope everyone's doing well. A little something about my journey. I was diagnosed with prostate cancer in 2003 at the age of 44. I knew I had a little time on my hands to make a decision as to how to tackle this. And in 2004, I had a radical prostatectomy. That same year, I began volunteering with Do It for Dad, as it was known back then. And I've continued volunteering each year for the event. We have a great group organizing this every year. It has now been over 16 years cancer-free. We are very fortunate to be living in the vicinity of excellent healthcare, doctors, and the regional cancer facility. It's great to be able to give back and help with the Dash for Dad fundraiser, which supports local prostate cancer research. In closing, I'd like to give a huge thanks to John's Fruit and Westervelt College Police Foundation Program. These organizations have helped us every year I've been involved, and I'm sure we can continue to count on them in the future. Thank you, and now over to David Curry, a member of our committee.
Thank you, Pat. Good morning, everyone. Well, I am a 7-year survivor. My cancer was aggressive, and I had an opportunity to get into a clinical study in which I had chemo, operation, hormone shots, and I didn't have to take radiation. Today, my number is undetectable. I've been a volunteer for Dash for Dads for the last 6 years. Being a clinical study, I have seen how important research is, as my prostate cancer was not covered by OHIP by the procedure I had. On behalf of Dr. Chin and the Dash for Dads team, we want to thank all of you for participating by walking, running, or any other activity you may have chosen. You have helped us to reach our goal of 50,000, which will go to prostate cancer research at the London Health Science Centre. This was a great accomplishment considering COVID-19. I'd like to send a special thanks to my mother-in-law, Wortingham, at the age of 101, who raised over $2,216 by walking the halls of Oxford Garment Retirement Home. I would like to mention about the support group, which in London, Sarnia, and Wallaceburg is held once a month, commencing and starting in September. Because of the Privacy Act, we cannot share, but amongst us in this support group, we can share the new people that are have come down with this disease. And we are able to comfort them and basically give them the guidance on what we have already been through. As I said, we meet in September once a month, and you can check us out at pcsupportgroup.ca. We have a great team, but I'd like to just acknowledge a few people because without them, we need a leadership. First two would be Cindy and Carol, who have done this for many, many years. And then there's the younger generation, Justin, Sam, and Bailey. With this technology today, they were able to put this program together, and it's just been a success. Well, another year has come, and now is the closing of our week of fundraising. This was the 22nd year of the walk run. What will next year bring? Another virtual run, or will we be back at Springbank Park, a great day on Father's Day all together? Once again, thank you for your support and look forward to seeing you all next year. Stay safe, stay well, and thank you very much.